Alright, welcome Hobbit fans to a year-long expected video here on Bilbo Brick 09's channel. And today we have for you the one, the only...
Not the only.
Whatever. Desolation of Smaug Extended Edition.
And you have to put a little bit closer.
25 minutes of new and extended scenes. And today we have for you Andrew 19, Andrew 30.
Hello?
A guest star who I had the force to... Well, actually, he has not technically seen all of the new and extended scenes. But we'll explain to you why in a little while.
Yes.
But
I've
seen 95%
seen...
of it.
I think it's safe to say that I've seen all but one.
Yes.
So that's pretty good. And I saw like 3 seconds of that one.
Unfortunately, Fan was like, could not be with us today because he had to do speech and debate.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound like
Don't you do speech and debate?
I used to. Used to.
Ah, okay.
Enough said. So, there are definitely a lot of different versions of this, but this is the most common one, the Blu-ray and digital HD.
Yes, I got this one, but then I found out that the 5-disc one had the awesome fold-out and pictures and the artwork, so I'm going to be soon getting the 5-disc Ultimate Collector's Edition.
I just wanted to get the movie as quickly
you,
as I could.
You just wanted to... I bought it too, believe me. Yeah.
So this one, unlike the last one, has about twice as much new material.
Twice as much?
Yeah.
Doesn't it have like? Doesn't it have like much more than that?
Last one had 13 minutes. This one has...
13 minutes. I thought it had 3 minutes.
What? No.
Okay. I thought it...
How did you think it had 3 minutes? That wouldn't have been worth it.
I just took off the 10 in my head. I don't know.
Okay, so the first one is 13 minutes.
13
this
minutes.
one is
25.
over 25 minutes. And we'll be telling you a lot about those scenes, but unfortunately we won't be able to show you any of them for copyright reasons. And plus the fact that I don't even know how to do that.
Well, I do, but I'm not going to let you get any more copyright stuff.
I don't know how to do that either. So it comes with this awesome cardboard backing.
Besides, you're going to be putting copyrighted music in here anyway, so...
Yep. Go deeper into the Wilderlands with the director of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. 3-disc Blu-ray Extended Edition includes 25 minutes of never-before-seen film footage and hours of fascinating in-depth looks at the production. 9 hours to be exact, over 9 hours.
Wow.
So disc 1 is the entire extended edition, unlike the Lord of the Rings, which were part 1s and part 2s.
Yeah,
those were slightly longer
An
movies.
Unexpected Journey has the part 1 and part 2 as well. Not in the non-Blu-ray one.
I got the Blu-ray one.
You got the Blu-ray one.
And it's 1 disc.
Yeah, I got the non-Blu-ray one, and it's part 1 and part 2.
Oh, okay.
And also, that 5-disc edition will have the part 1 and part 2, but unfortunately it's not Blu-ray or DVD. It is Blu-ray 3D. So I won't even be able to play the part 1 and the part 2.
But he's gonna get it anyway.
But I'm gonna get it because of the fold-out box and the artwork behind the movies. That's what I want.
Also, this one has the filmmaker's commentary and a 7-minute documentary about location shooting. But of course, the main special features are in discs 2 and 3. Disc 2 is mostly production, and disc 3 has a little bit of production, but it's mostly post-production, music, conceptual design, and all that good stuff. And for those of you who have never seen Smaug before, there he is. So, it's rated PG-13 for extended sequences of intense fantasy, action, violence, and frightening images. Unlike in the last one, there is no fleeting nudity.
What? Oh.
Remember the doors taking a bath?
Yes.
And there were rumors that this was going to be rated R, probably for a scene that we'll tell you about later on.
Yes, that is the one scene that I did not watch completely.
It's still a PG-13 rating, though. It's not that bad. So, we got another nice slipcase on the front. Poster's alright. It's not the best.
And I like the Arkenstone design.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Luckily, they made Bilbo the main star again, with Thorin, Bard before Gandalf, and Tauriel before Legolas.
You can't. It's the glare of the sun. We might want to bring it a little bit closer. I think that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Up top it says extended edition, and yeah, we've got this Erebor design. Here's a picture that they see right when they walk into the mountain.
There.
The Arkenstone. They got a little.
That's better. And then on the back we got
a bigger picture of that.
Yep. Let's zoom into that.
And then the actual DVD, not the same as the cardboard backing. The pictures are different, but I believe.
Oh, they are. Oh, I didn't even notice the pictures.
Yes, but I believe the text is the same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
the text is the same. I actually like these pictures better though.
I didn't even notice that the pictures were different.
And then inside,
we got the boring old Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, what do you call it? Scene guide. Hopefully we'll get another one of those from the OneRing.net pretty soon. And I think I saw someone say that's in the making.
And
in the chats.
Don't
yeah,
show
I'm not
that.
gonna show that.
Okay.
Well, I already redeemed it. So could they even redeem it now?
You already redeemed it?
Yeah.
You signed up for Ultraviolet?
What the heck?
I have a few questions about that when we're done filming this.
It's very simple. Anyway, you're gonna get one of these with an ultraviolet code. Just gotta go to this website right here, which you can probably read from the side.
It's flixster.com/getuv. It is FLIXSTER.com/GETUV. Okay, /.
Then underneath that they have the code, and then you just gotta set up an account. That doesn't take very long at all. Very simple.
I have questions about that when we're done.
All right. Nothing else as far as papers. Well, wait. You got something, didn't you? I didn't.
Oh, you didn't get Shadow of Mordor?
No.
Gosh.
In his, he got an advertisement for the new video game Shadow of Mordor.
The violent video game that is in the Desolation of Smaug extended edition.
Then inside of the 3 discs, the first one is the movie and the commentary.
Okay.
Don't lean forward so much.
Okay.
It has a reflective effect.
Yeah.
Then the first one is Part 9, the appendices Part 9, Into the Boulderland with some Lake Town design.
Then I like the Smaug design.
Yes, appendices Part 10, The Journey to Erebor.
And I was really, this is the first Blu-ray disc that looks like, that I think they made that has this artwork on it. Or did you get artwork on your Ouch extended?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's the first one that I've seen.
These are for Lord of the Rings, too.
Well, that wasn't Blu-ray.
Mine is.
Well, I got mine. Well, my parents got it when it came out. So.
Oh, okay. So yeah, appendices Part 9 is mostly production, and then appendices Part 10 they got a little more production and then a lot of post-production. And yeah, it totals to about 9.5 hours somewhere in there.
And you're lucky you got the 2 things that clip down. For mine, this clips down, and I try and clip this down, and it just won't. I got a broken one.
Alright, so the rest of this video, there's really nothing to see, so if you want to go, like, look at pictures or something...
Well, watch The Hobbit Extended while you're...
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you cannot play The Hobbit Extended in your computer DVD player, but you can always go and network the sound from the TV to your headset somehow.
So you'll get to see a little bit more of a layout once they come out with that pamphlet. We'll be doing a review of that if and when that comes out. But the last one had 2 new scenes. This one has 3 new scenes, but they're longer. And the extended scenes are a lot longer as well.
I'd say I'm definitely happy with what they...
Yeah.
Well, I mean, for what I was expecting, not necessarily happy, but a improvement from the Ouch extent.
Oh, definitely. There were some things that we expected to see and did not see, and I guess we'll go and talk about that first.
The Never Go East thing. Bilbo's in a boat, and
that was seen in the Peter Jackson. What was that called?
Wasn't it in the appendices somewhere?
No, I don't think so. It was in that Peter Jackson thing.
Oh, the YouTube video?
Yes.
Oh.
The thing that came out, if you got the Unexpected Journey DVD, there was a code to get into this Peter Jackson commentary section.
Oh, it was in the commentary section.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And there was this scene with Bilbo on a boat, And
I didn't.
he said the line.
Yeah. Never go east.
Never go east. He said it over and over again in all kinds of different tones and voices.
Like, one of the elves was asking him, and you, Bilbo Baggins, why are you coming here? And then...
No, I thought it was on the boat.
Yeah, it was on the boat. But I thought an elf or someone was asking him, and you, Bilbo Baggins, why are you coming?
It was an elf?
It was someone. I thought it was an elf. That was a
If that's the case, it could be in Battle of the Five Armies, I suppose.
Huh. Well, all I know is I'm an elf. I have absolutely no idea, but I'm almost positive that someone asked him, like, and you, Bilbo Baggins, why are you here?
Huh.
And then Bilbo says a little bit, and then he says, never go east.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in Battle of the Five Armies then. But some other things, one of the documentaries in the appendices that talks about the Woodland Realm has a couple of deleted scenes from that scene. One is the dwarves getting introduced to Thranduil before they're thrown in prison, and the other is Legolas and Thranduil talking about how Tauriel has run off and how...
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, how Legolas has 2 days to go after her or something. But if no one's seen that, then they're just gonna assume that Legolas took it upon himself to do that, which I don't know. Maybe that's better. I don't know. So yeah, we expect a little bit more of the Woodland Realm. I thought the Barrels Out of Bond, not the actual Forest River scene with all the orcs,
but the Barrels Out of Bond where they're trying to get into the barrels.
I thought that scene might be a little longer too. It feels a little rushed still, but whatever.
But I like how they did it at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, they did a good job with Barrels Out of Bond.
And I expected to see a little more of the High Fells. There is a really brief flashback scene in one of the new scenes that has a tiny little spiel about the High Fells.
Oh, the Gandalf and Beorn?
Yeah.
Ah, yes, where they...
So you'll see a tiny bit more of that when they're actually burying the Witch King of Angmar.
Yeah, the Galadriel says, a tomb so dark it'll never come to light again, and then they show people burying the Witch King.
And one of them is actually a descendant of Tolkien.
Interesting.
So yeah, I expect a little bit more of that, maybe some more Radagast.
Yeah.
Other than that... Seemed like there might have been more.
Oh,
another thing I thought that they might actually explore the ruins of Dale a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But I guess they're just gonna wait.
Well, they're trying to get into the mountain. They're not going to explore Dale. They're going to try to get to the mountain as fast as they can.
That makes sense. So I guess we'll get to see a lot more of Dale in the next movie too. That's probably where.
And
in the movie
if they hadn't included Smaug so much in the theatrical version, I would have thought they would have included more Smaug if they hadn't included so much Smaug in the theatrical version.
I didn't see any more Smaug. Peter Jackson's gonna include every second that he's filmed with the dragon in his movies, right? So yeah, that's the stuff that we expected to see but did not see.
Oh, and Beaufort's party.
Oh yes, and when the dwarves are leaving Lake Town to go to the Lonely Mountain. There's this scene where Beaufort wakes up and he's all drunk and stuff. And there's no explanation of how he got there or anything, so we thought that they'd show that.
The aliens got him.
The aliens got him, yeah. So yeah, it just kind of cuts to that once again, and we expected to see that.
And the extended edition?
There are rumors that there's going to be an extended edition.
But I personally don't think it's going to happen.
I highly doubt it. That'd be so cheap with Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
But there is, in The Unexpected Journey, there is supposed to be the new scene in the extended edition of the Old Took's party.
Oh.
That was supposed to be longer, and there's actually supposed to be a scene where Gandalf pulls out a baby dragon and shows it to Bilbo.
Oh.
Everyone else goes running off, and Bilbo likes it.
Mm.
So they either decided to cut it out, or I have
that they're going to come out with the extended for Ouch, too?
Well, that too. Oh. Or... I think there's the tiniest possibility that there'll be a brief flashback at the very beginning of the last movie that shows that. That might be a neat way to transition into the fire and water scene, with Smaug destroying Lake Town.
Huh.
And did I mention that there'll be huge spoilers in this video?
Make sure put it in the description, like maybe spoilers.
Yeah. All right, so now on to the stuff that we did see.
Yes.
Some of it we definitely expected to see, and some of it we did not expect to see.
Mm-hmm.
The first scene is an extended
Moria battle.
Yes, it extended talk with the Gandalf, and then another flashback to the Battle of Azanulbazar.
I just call it the Moria battle.
Yeah. And it just it's more of
well, it actually shows Thrain and Thrain talking to Thorin before Thorin goes to confront Azog.
Right. So it's just building up this whole Thrain plot that has been that's not only a plot in this extended edition, but was also a plot in the last extended edition.
When was the plot in the last extended?
Well, just during the White Council, they were talking about what happened to the last Warframe.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So there's that. That's about 2 minutes or so. Then the next parts are all Beorn. There's a lot of Beorn, and one of them is a new scene.
I really liked that they put in for those of you who don't know, in the book, they actually have an introduction where the dwarves get introduced to Beorn.
Right. And still not exactly the same. But
but I mean, I'm glad they included it.
For theatrical purposes, that was better than in the book.
Yeah.
So we're glad they included that. That was the first new scene. Then
they have the Witch King scene.
Well, that was the next new scene. Before the dwarves leave Beorn's house, Gandalf and Beorn are off to the side talking, as CinemaSins says, with more veiled references to Sauron. And so it's mostly just Gandalf and Beorn talking about that and the High Fells and stuff. Yeah. And then there's also that brief flashback to the High Fells when the Witch King is getting buried in his tomb. And they also make sure that they show the sword that Radagast gets in the first movie. They make sure that they show that's thrown into the tomb with the Witch King.
Yes. But I thought the tomb would be bigger than what they showed in
Yeah, maybe.
I just... Like, she said, a tomb so dark it would never come to light. They got, one something closing the tomb off. Like, if they just opened that, it would come to light.
Well, if you remember, they're out in, the mountains.
Okay,
where nobody lives, so...
Okay, so not a very big chance that anyone's gonna let it come to light.
Unless your name's Gandalf. After that, as we expected, there's a lot more of Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Perhaps too much. Perhaps.
After they carry, you going to say about the bomber and everything. And all
so first off, before that, the scene where they're outside Mirkwood, the Elven Gate scene, that is supposedly extended.
Yeah.
But I think I might have caught a couple tiny little things, but it was hardly anything.
Yeah, I
think it might have been a little bit more.
People who won't be looking specifically for new things will not notice
Definitely not at all. So that's pretty much nothing. But then once they get in Mirkwood, that's probably one of the biggest extended portions of the
Yeah, I got a lot of they have the chance stream.
Another scene that's in the book, but
yeah.
And
then Thorin shooting at the White Stag.
Knows, Peter Jackson will make time for a stupid love story, but he won't make time for stuff that was actually in the book. So, yes.
And then I liked Thorin shooting at the White Stag.
That's in the book.
Yeah, they did a good job with the stag.
that was good. And then Thorin says, "We make our own luck." And there's an extended.
But then that thing with them carrying Bomber, and then the part where Thorin says they're no into this cursed forest. I think they did that.
A little lengthy.
That was I never thought that was going to end.
I wouldn't go that far. It was a little lengthy for sure.
Yeah.
Only true Hobbit fans are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, that's great."
Even I think that.
But if you remember correctly, in the book, they are in Mirkwood for a very long time. So they're just trying to portray that more than they did in the movie. Even with that, people are just gonna think, "Oh, maybe they're in there for a few days or something," when in fact they're probably in there for a few months.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was good for the most part. Then after that, there's this huge gap with no extended scenes at all the way up until they reach Lake Town. And then we get to probably the most controversial new scene.
The one that I refuse to watch until...
So when the Master of Lake Town and Alfred are talking that morning...
And he says, "Bad."
Yeah, this lovely little scene with the Master and Alfred talking about politics and how this troublemaking bargeman is going to be the end of his political career and all this stuff. So, in the theatrical version, just cuts off there and it goes back to Bard and the Dwarves. Well, in this version, the Master turns around and Alfred's standing there and he's holding a plate of food and he says, "Bollocks, sire, sautéed in a nice little mushroom gravy." Now, for those of you who don't know what bollocks are, it's probably the Old English word for a certain body part.
Yes.
And only certain people have this body part.
I would rather just.
So.
I don't want it.
I'll say this. No. Another name for them is Rocky Mountain oysters.
Okay, just
and it's something.
Stop it
one
there.
More thing. One more thing.
Okay.
It's something you would see on Bizarre Foods for sure.
Okay, are we done now?
Not quite. So yeah, there's this lovely little scene. If you thought Denethor ate with disgustingness and what's another word for disgustingness? Grossness. Well, I think the Master of Lake Town is going to take first place now because it's this lovely little scene with the Master of Lake Town tearing into these foods, and he's talking about. I wonder if there's a law that forbids bargemen from asking questions. And Alfred says, "I'll write one immediately." So yes, it's this lovely little scene. Maybe not something you'd want the young ones to see.
And I would not recommend seeing it.
Oh, it's in there. The rest of the stuff is good.
Yeah, the rest of the stuff is good.
So you just have to get through that.
Yeah.
Someone said that, I read this thing that says, Peter Jackson doesn't know quite how to make a movie. But that's what makes his film so great. So then after that, there's a bunch of tiny little things in Lake Town that really add to it, I think. The next one is when Bard is trying to get the dwarves to his house. They walk through this little market area.
Yeah, I really that's a cool extended scene.
And the Lake Town guards catch them, and there's this big kerfuffle, and the Wilhelm screams. And then Bard distracts Braga by holding up this ratty-looking dress and saying, "Oh, your life would look lovely in this." So, yeah, probably not something we need in the theatrical version, but a nice little touch.
Yep.
Then the next one is another scene with the Master of Lake Town, Alfred, where Alfred's just talking more about the prophecy and how the lake will fill with gold, and the Master of Lake Town says, "Poppy, cock." He's weighing his gold like Ebenezer Scrooge. And I'll wait a minute. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty short scene, probably about 30 seconds or so. Then after that, the next extension is when the dwarves are caught in the armory and taken before the Master of Lake Town, and I talk before all these people.
No, the part where he's talking about the prophecy, is that right after the dwarves sneak into the armory?
Yeah, but that's before this part.
Yeah, I remembered you showing me a thing right after the dwarves snuck in the armory, and I didn't remember what scene that was, so continue.
Thorne's talking about how everyone's gonna be rich and stuff, and Alfred says, "Who can vouch for him?"
But I don't even understand who says that this guy
is trustworthy.
Okay.
And so Bilbo steps forward and says, "I can," and I've been with him on many a quest, and it's a nice little scene that makes it feel more like the Hobbit and not like the elves and the dwarves and this one little guy that happens to be a hobbit. Then after that, the next scene is after the rest of the dwarves leave for Erebor. 4 of the dwarves stay behind, including Keely, who is sick.
But I think this was really a clever thing for them to do.
Yes, because it leads more into the fact that the Master of Lake Town is not the good guy.
Yeah.
Bard is, even though he doesn't appear to be in that scene. The Master of Lake Town... the dwarves lead Keely before the Master of Lake Town, and they say, "Keely's sick, he needs medicine. He needs herbs." And the Master of Lake Town says, "Sick! Is it contagious? Oh, take him away." And Alfred says, "What do I look like, an apothecary?" Do you know what that is?
I'm pretty sure, but I didn't understand what he was saying.
It's another word for doctor.
Yeah, but I didn't hear that. He didn't say it the clearest. He's not the most vocal.
He's got the Cockney accent. That's another short scene, probably less than a minute. Then after that, there's the shortest scene of them all, about 30 seconds, when the dwarves are actually in the mountains. And there's this brief little scene where Balin's telling Bilbo it wasn't always desolation. It used to be filled with birdsong.
Well, that wasn't when they're in the mountain. That's what.
But I mean, in the mountains, like walking around.
Oh, okay. I was
to
like,
the door.
I didn't think they were in the Lonely Mountain yet.
Yeah, it's about 30 seconds, but it's a nice little scene.
They're in the shadow of the mountain.
Yes, in the shadow of the mountain. And then the rest of the extended edition is devoted to Dol Guldur and the entire subplot with Thrain. There's an extended scene that's very short where Gandalf walks through the prison cells and it does a close-up on his arm holding a weapon. And then there's a whole new scene where there's this whole big fight with Gandalf
and Thrain looks like Gollum, and acts like Gollum,
Yes.
and speaks like Gollum.
And then Gandalf performs an exorcism or something, and Thrain comes back to his senses. Another flashback to the Battle of Azog-Bazar. And it shows how Azog cut Thrain's finger off and the ring with it. So now we all know that Sauron has all 7 of the dwarf rings. There's just a bunch of talking, and Gandalf says, "You must escape," and Thrain says, "No, the serpents will get you," and shows this scene with all these vines trying to capture Gandalf, but it's only an illusion. And then we cut back to the mountain and the dwarves for a little while, and then we come back to the scene where Gandalf and Sauron fight, and pretty much they just throw Thrain into those scenes, and Thrain says, "You tell my son I love him. Will you do that? You will tell him yourself." And
I didn't even think that was like, if he just said, "Can you tell my son I love him," and just make it a little bit more emotional, I would have liked it much better than, "Can you do that? You will do that." It just seems so repetitive and so demanding. "You will tell my son that I love him."
Gandalf doesn't have a son.
Oh.
And then Peter Jackson probably made a bigger mistake than the Bollocks. He gave Thrain a Wilhelm scream.
When he gets thrown into Sauron.
Yes, Sauron captures him and supposedly kills him. I can't see how Thrain can come back to life after that.
Well, but you know Peter Jackson. I mean, there's an equal chance. There's some chance that he will, some chance that he won't.
No, he won't. He won't. That'd be really weird if he does come back. So yeah, and then that's the end of the extended scenes, and there's like an hour left with no extensions.
Well, thank you very much for watching, and we will...
Not quite. Because then there's 9 hours of bonus features. I've probably watched about 2 hours of them so far. And as anyone will know, the appendices sometimes is great. It's funny. You learn a lot about the filmmaking process. And sometimes it just makes you cringe. And so, yeah. That's why it's 9 hours long. It's not all informative. Some of it's just silly and strange and really weird. And there's like a 10-minute segment about the Bollock scene. So, overall rating on our extended edition. Oh, before we get to that, we have some news to tell you. Since we're talking about the Desolation of Smaug, and you're all diehard Hobbit fans, we have some news about There and Back Again.
No, the Battle of 5 Armies.
Oh my gosh, Battle of 5 Armies. I'm still getting used to that.
I like the other one better, but I at least know that they changed it.
Yes, the Battle of the 5 Armies, excuse me. So, day before yesterday, the new trailer came out, and it is epic.
Yeah, awesome.
Probably the best trailer I've ever seen.
I mean, I wouldn't say that immediately, but definitely one of the best that I've seen.
It doesn't have as good as music as the Desolation of Smaug one did with Age of Dragons.
They did pretty good with the music, I would say.
Wasn't as good as Age of Dragons. So yeah, the trailer looks epic. You can go to the OneRing.net or YouTube to pull that up. Shows a lot of cool stuff, some trolls. Looks like Thranduil attacking Tauriel.
And then Bolg throwing Tauriel.
Bolg throwing Tauriel against the wall, and if she survives that, then oh my gosh, she has a rock for a head. Okay, I guess she's kind of already got a rock for a head, though, falling in love with the little dwarf, right? And it shows the scene with Tauriel and Keeley standing by the lakeside, holding hands.
And then Saruman saying, "Leave Sauron to me."
The most epic line in the trailer for sure. And that's probably where Saruman's probably going to start turning to the dark side.
Yeah.
And you get to see a brief shot of Sauron. Everyone's saying that scene in Dol Guldur is going to be pretty short, though. And this song, we'll get to that in a minute. The song that's going to be during that scene is only about 5 minutes long. So that might have something to tell you there about that. Something tells me that's going to be something that will definitely be extended.
Yeah.
What else do we see?
I really like having Galadriel and Elrond in battle.
Oh yeah, and then they show the 9 ring rays.
Yeah. And some people think that Peter Jackson will be one of them.
Yes, that would be very interesting. What else did we see? Not a whole lot of Smaug in this trailer, but big spoiler, Smaug's probably gonna die within like the first 10 minutes of the movie.
Oh, and also I really loved the with the music, the Master and Alfred walking around in the fire destruction thing.
I saw a picture where Alfred is walking with Bard's family. So I'm wondering if like Alfred's gonna realize that the Master's not this nice guy and go hang out with them though. That'd be
you like Alfred, and I mean.
But I like the Master too. They better not kill off the Master because they didn't kill him off in the book, and I like his character a lot. I think other than the Bollock scene, I think Stephen Fry has done an excellent job with the Master of Lake Town's character, and that wasn't his decision.
Yeah, that wasn't his decision.
For anyone who's seen Peter Jackson's early horror movies, you know that Peter Jackson is a weirdo. And in the appendices, they show some of his horror movies. And let's just say it's really, really strange. Anyway, what else is in the trailer? Ravenhill.
Oh.
Looks like a lot of it's going to take place in Ravenhill.
Where? When?
I think when all those bats are flying out.
Oh, the bats are bred for one thing for war?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What else? Azog fighting Thorin.
The elven army marching to Erebor.
Yeah.
Bilbo saying, "You've won the mountain, is that not enough?"
Oh, and then this dramatic scene where Keely's throwing a temper tantrum. I will not sit here while others fight our battles for us. So yeah, the trailer is epic, so make sure you go check that out. And, perhaps for me, even more exciting, is that we've gotten 1 minute, 30-second previews of all the soundtracks.
Do you want me to? Or...
I'll pick out a couple. How about that?
Okay. Well, I mean,
you can check them all out for yourself.
You can't do it from Movie Maker. We're gonna have to do it in the video here.
That's true.
So, which one do you want?
Definitely The Last Goodbye. So, as you all, a lot of you will know by now, everybody knows that they do a vocal end credits song for every movie. This time, Billy Boyd, who played Pippin in The Lord of the Rings, will be singing a song called The Last Goodbye, which I think will be guaranteed to be a tearjerker, especially after you've seen the movie. So here's a 1 minute, 30-second preview of that.
There.
Many sorrows I have seen, but I don't regret, nor will I forget all who took that road with me. Night is now falling, so ends this day. The road is now calling, and I must away over hill and under tree, through lands where never light is shone, by silver streams that run down to the sea. To these memories I will hold, with your blessing I will go, to turn at last to paths that lead on. And oh, where the road then takes me, I cannot tell. We came all this way.
No! And then it ends.
That's it.
No, we gotta do a couple more.
Oh.
Do Fire and Water.
Yeah, Fire and Water.
This is the first soundtrack on there, and it's probably when Smaug will be attacking Lake Town.
Not soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Also love
So those are two of our favorites from the previews. Let me see that for a minute.
You're really showing more?
No, I'm not going to show more.
Okay.
I just want to read off some of the titles.
Fire and Water, Shores.
Well, not all of them. I can just show it.
Okay.
So yeah, this is on iTunes. I couldn't access it on my computer for some reason.
Will you allow me to explain why?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure Apple does not allow you to listen to their stuff on iTunes without actually being on iTunes, and you can download iTunes, but unfortunately Bill's computer has this security thing that won't allow him to download anything, but you probably don't, so...
Someone's probably going to do a video on YouTube soon with all these previews on.
But if you don't, all you gotta do, download iTunes, and you might have to create an Apple account, I'm not positive, but even if you have to do that, pretty simple. Just create the account, then go to the iTunes store, then type in The Hobbit, and you should find the Battle of 5 Armies. And it is said to come out on iTunes, like, a week earlier than it's come out, like, on Amazon.
Yeah.
It says to come out on this December 16th on Amazon, while on the 9th on iTunes.
And Spotify, UK is saying it's going to come out, like, on the 1st, so...
Well, UK is UK, but iTunes is...
Spotify is British, so...
Yeah.
All I know is that starting December 1st, I'll be looking every day. Some other things on there that sound really good are Sons of Durman.
Yeah,
sounds really epic.
Ironfoot.
Ironfoot sounds like a really good one, too. A lot of bagpipes in that one. And interestingly, there's a bonus track for the extended version of the soundtrack called Thrain, and that's actually from the Desolation of Smaug Extended Edition.
Yes.
Something I've never done before, so that's interesting. Any other news that you can think of? There's some news that if this next movie takes in, what is it? 98 million or something.
It'll top Lord of the Rings for selling.
Right. So basically, it's just saying that if this last movie does well enough, The Hobbit will have made more money than The Lord of the Rings did. And as we all know, The Lord of the Rings was one of the best grossing film series of all time.
And not the most gross.
Right. Highest grossing, which means
the most money
income.
Producing.
Right. Other than that,
I think that's...
I can say that I do think Billy Boy's music video for The Last Goodbye will be coming out any day. That's my theory.
He has a music video?
I See Fire did.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, and that came out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Of course, that's Ed Sheeran. He's more famous. He's going to do that for all of his music.
Yeah.
Billy Boy, the only thing he's ever sung in his life is The Edge of Night from The Lord of the Rings.
Well, he sung the Green Dragon song.
And the
Hobbit drinking song.
Yes, the Hobbit drinking song. But other than Lord of the Rings with the Hobbit, he's not a singer. Even though he sounds amazing to me, he should be a singer.
Yeah.
And if people like this song like I think they're going to, who knows? He might have a career in music ahead of him.
Oh, great. That sounds great for him.
And the song has already gone up. It's already a noticeable song, and people are thinking it's possible it could go up for an Oscar. I See Fire did that too, and even though it's in the Spotify Top 100, it didn't get an Oscar because of Let It Go. I think it would have won if it wasn't for Let It Go.
Really?
I think so.
I know you disagree with me, but I think Let It Go is actually a good song. I know you...
Is it as good as I See Fire?
It is not as good as I See Fire, but it is a good song.
So... there's still a lot of mysteries to come up. What's the Dane gonna look like? We see a little preview of what it's gonna look like in the Battle of the 5 Armies Lego set.
Yeah.
Is it gonna win any Oscars? Is it gonna gross more than The Lord of the Rings?
Well, we're talking about the Battle of 5 Armies in a Hobbit Desolation of Smaug Extended Edition video.
Well, I'm gonna put in the title of it.
Oh, okay.
Battle of 5 Armies news as well.
Huh.
So yeah, the next month and 9 days are gonna be torture for all of us.
Well, I at least have the new Lego Minecraft sets to look forward to.
Yeah, you got a birthday. Lucky. Just make sure you build them quickly so that I can review
Well,
them.
the thing is, I don't know because you never know, but it comes out very close to my birthday.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not, but they look amazing. I definitely want the mine. The mine looks great. It is the most expensive of them,
yeah.
but Well, I told my mom there are 3 sets that I really want, in this time. The Mine, the Lonely Mountain, and the Battle of 5 Armies.
Yeah.
The Attack on Lake Town I don't think I'm gonna get. I don't know, but I...
So yeah, the next month and a half proves to be torture for all of us. Just try to stay occupied with your work and your play.
And Minecraft.
And so you can got about 9 or 10 hours of bonus features to watch on here as well, including an hour devoted to the music, which I was elated to see. I haven't watched it yet though. It's the last documentary on there. I might have to watch that over I don't know. So thanks for tuning in. This has been a 40-minute video.
Yep.
Thanks for being patient. You can pick up your copy on Amazon, or you can just watch the movie. And,
yes, on Amazon they have what Bilbo and I got. They have the Ultimate Collector's Edition.
But I got mine at Barnes and Noble the day it came out.
Yeah.
It's not like there's a huge rush for it or anything.
Yeah.
It should be.
Yeah, I mean, for example, Epic Biggie 2. I thought that would have a huge rush. That I doubt I was gonna get it, but it didn't really.
Yeah. So we will see you next time. Stay patient, folks, and happy waiting.
Happy waiting.
In under tree, this last goodbye. I'm gonna cry. Make sure you bring your tissues, folks. Especially because of that guy right there. Spoiler alert!